Hello everyone, and welcome to the One Lap Tyre Life Chinese Grand Prix. So after the last double horsepower video then, I decided to mod the game again, but this time I've made the tyres literally last a single lap. So pretty crazy idea, but I thought I'd give it a go, and we are just going to jump straight into a race. So just to give you an idea, I have made the soft tyres last almost exactly one lap, but it means the ultra soft tyres don't really last a lap, and the medium tyres last a bit longer than a lap. We're in the Sauber here, Charles Leclerc, as I'm tipping him to do quite well this weekend, potentially on the grid. Then you see on the right hand side, and already up to 33% tyre life after just the start then, and that's just showing how bad these are. And that was me being very, very careful on the grid there. So crazy tyre wear. Of course, all the AI have got the same tyre wear as well, so they will all be struggling hugely. And I'm just trying to conserve my tyres while also trying to get some overtakes, starting quite down the grid. But I think pretty much everyone will have to pit pretty much every lap, I think. I don't imagine the AI staying out for more than one lap because there won't be a lot of points. You see me being very careful on the power. Of course, just next to the gear indicator is the throttle meter. You can see how much throttle I'm using. Trying to go around the outside of Nico Hulkenberg there, which managing to make that stick, but can we get the exit with the very one tyres? He is also on the ultra soft tyres. A lot of wheel spin, managed to make it stick. Get better exit than him with our one tyres up. He's inside of signs here, and Diamond was inside, but oh no, we've actually had a spin there, and I can tell you now that was because of my front tyres had lots and lots of grip because they weren't completely warm. My rear tyres were completely worn, completely gone, so there was just a complete misbalance there. And we ended up going round, so a bit unfortunate, pushes us right to the back of the grid, but we're already making our way back up to P18 now. Then we gain 2 positions, just squeezing at the inside of Hartley there, and up to Rich Mixture, overtake levels of ERS deployment, which is full ERS deployment at all times when on full throttle, and diving up the inside of Lance Stroll there, nice and easy move. So I think we are going to have an advantage over the AI here, because they're going to have the same tyre wear, of course, so they will have the same destroy tyres as we will, but we can, I think, perhaps adapt to it a bit better than the AI can. But I must say, this, of course, is not how this game is supposed to be. The AI do actually handle it really very well. But, of course, the key thing they don't do is conserve the tyres. So I think that'll be my best benefit, will be if I can just conserve the tyres. And just diving up the inside of Ericsson, who, of course, is our teammate. And it is quite important to get past him. And that is because I have done this a couple of attempts before. And I can tell you that whoever's in the pit first gets a big advantage. Oh, as we actually clock Ocon there, and I think I expected him to come into the pits, just so I was explaining that why he probably wouldn't come into the pits. I didn't realise he was going to come in and just spun him, unfortunately, so apologies to Ocon there. But yeah, of course, you do have to stack in the pits. You have to wait behind your teammate to be serviced, so I wanted to get up ahead of Ericsson there, which I've managed to do, nicely diving up his inside into the hairpin. Here we go then, straight into the box, and you see him having to wait behind me, so it's really important I got ahead of him. Are we going to be released though? We're not. There's lots of traffic. You see on the right side of me flicking the gears, trying to get it to release me, release me. Now it's finally released me, but that was a long old stop. 2.6 seconds till the tyres were changed, but it was a long time after that it was eventually that I was able to be released. So we're now on the soft tyres, which, as I said, should in theory last about one lap exactly, but we do still have to be careful of them, because if we're not careful of them, they probably will last less than a lap. So really having to conserve tyres. You think the real Formula 1 is a tyre conserving sport now? Well, just imagine it being like this. It's pretty crazy how I'm having to be so careful on everything. Upshifting so early and being really careful with my steering inputs, making sure I don't lock any tyres. And if you slide, that's pretty much it for your tyres. They just go straight away because, of course, that does wear them quite a bit more than normal. And with this extreme tyre wear, they just go. See, the rear is already over 50%, despite me having a very, very cautious stop, over 60% now. Really cautious driving, but still manages to kill the tyres. Gasly up ahead is on the ultra soft tyres. We're going to have a dive inside of him there, just squeeze him out of the way. That was quite aggressive, but we need to get on with this if we're going to get some points. So we are still way back in 17th place, so we need to push hard now and try and get some overtakes done. And, of course, we're going to be on the soft tyres. They will pit too. Of course, they don't know that they're going to got extreme tyre wear, so they're just pitting, trying to make their best strategy. But, just squeeze it inside of Hulkenberg once again there. Who was on the ultra soft, so of course their tyres are dead, but so are mine now. So I think once you get to the end of the lap, the ultra softs are definitely dead, and the softs are, you see mine there, not quite dead, but pretty much dead. And it's only really the mediums that has any kind of advantage at the beginning of the lap, so it's quite strange. Ultra soft have an advantage at the beginning of the lap until they die, then the soft tyres have an advantage in the middle of the lap until they die, and then the medium tyres have an advantage at the end of the lap. So that actually makes for some really interesting racing. You see me already coming back into the pits then. We are going to pit for another set of the soft tyres, because that worked quite nicely. And believe it or not, I do actually have a strategy for this race. Even though I'm pitting every single lap, I did think about a strategy. Just accidentally jumping down to neutral there. And you see me frantically trying to make sure that they are going to put soft tyres on. There isn't many tyres. I think I've only got 2 sets of the soft tyres, 1 set of the mediums, and maybe 2 or 3 sets of the ultra soft tyres. I'm not too sure how many sets of the mediums I've got, the ultras I've got rather. But we don't want to be putting them on since they don't even last a lap. And look at that, huge positions gained in the pits, up to P12 now, 20. So again, I think all the guys in the pits were just being held up perhaps by their teammates maybe, or perhaps just by the traffic coming into the pit lane, which just caused them to not be able to get released, similar to what happened to me when I came into the pits. But we will certainly take it either way, and again, just being so cautious here. You see me taking strange racing lines, just desperately trying not to wear these tyres. Already up to 25% on the rear left, despite being, well, as careful as we can be, certainly. And 6.6 seconds back from Stoffel van Dorn up ahead now. But again, if he's on the ultra soft tyres, we'll be able to gain hugely on him through this middle sector. So usually the ultra soft tyres and AI die by about now, so they're incredibly slow through these couple of corners. And I do believe, yes, I think he does look pretty slow on the mini-map. Trying to judge it from a dot in the bottom left-hand corner there, but he doesn't look quick. It looks like I'm gaining, but actually Valtteri Bottas behind us is pretty close to us there. So, of course, don't forget, we are in the Sauber, which last year wasn't that quick. He's a lot quicker this year, of course, in real Formula 1. And the Mercedes, of course, was the class of the field, as it has been for some years. See, rear tyres there, I always try and save them so that I can just about get this exit. Because look at that rear left, it just dies on this exit. Even though I've been super cautious, still not full throttle in 5th gear, now finally full throttle in 6th gear. And even that, being so cautious to not spin the tyres, it still just killed the tyres. But we're pushing now quite hard, and I will reveal right now that my strategy is to pit this lap for medium tyres and then try and stay out to the very end. So we're going to have to try and do 2 laps on the tyres. And in normal circumstances, that would be incredibly easy, but with this extreme tyre where we are going to struggle, but so we have to be as careful as we possibly can. See me coming to the pits now. Just getting all slowed down, trying to do a Lewis Hamilton go to the outside there. Of course, though, there was gravel when he went out in China a few years ago, and just about getting it slowed down so we don't get a penalty there. So let's have a look then. So the guys ahead are coming out now, so they've already stopped. We do hold the Ferrari up. Yep, there we go. Ferrari comes up behind us, and just looking at the mini-map there, there is a couple of guys that have already had their pits, so hopefully we don't get held up by anyone. Do we? Might get held up by the McLaren. We do get held up by the McLaren. Come on, release us. Oh, wow. We lost maybe another 2 or 3 seconds there. Not ideal. Still in P12 though, so we haven't actually lost anything. Stoffel van Dorn was the car ahead of us previously, so actually we haven't really lost anything, save for a little bit of lap time. But again, we're going to try and get these tyres to the end now, which is a big ask. Despite the fact it's only 2 laps, it is a big ask with this extreme tyre wear. So already on 14% on the rear left, despite me trying to be careful. And these tyres are definitely going to be dead towards the end. But we just need to make them last as long as we possibly can before they die. And I will tell you, I did try enabling damage, which means that you do get punctures. I gave that a go, and it was absolute carnage. It just didn't work. I didn't even bother trying it on the AI cars. I literally just did it on my own car, and I was just getting punctures halfway through the lap. It was ridiculous. So I think I'd have to mod it slightly differently if I was going to enable punctures. But I just thought it would be quite fun just to have extreme tyre wear in this video without any punctures getting involved. But anyway then, Stoffel van Dorn up ahead. I'm not too sure what tyres he's on. Either way, I should have an advantage towards the end of this lap unless he's on medium tyres himself. But we have gained, I think, a little bit in that middle sector. So suggest potentially he's on the soft tyres. Guessing look at that short shift into the extreme, just trying to make these tyres last to the second lap. And well, the rear left's already on 75% tyre wear then. We're not even at the end of the first lap yet. So I think we might struggle to make it last the extra lap, but we're going to have to go for it. The only tyres we've got left now are ultra soft tyres, which will last only half a lap or so anyway. So actually, there's going to be no real benefit to pitting, even if we were to do it. See there, again, short shifting to the extreme, and the guys now are, yep, everyone ahead's coming to the pits, so we will get ahead of all of those, provided we can keep on the track this last lap. And look at that, pretty much everyone's in the pits. What position are we going to get to? There's 7th, 6th. Where are we? 5th. Are we going to get 4th? We've got Carlos Sainz there, going to try go on his outside there, but oh, he's trying to squeeze us. He's got brand new medium tyres, unfortunately. I'd rather hope to be on the ultra softs that would die within half a lap, but no, his tyres will last to the end of the lap. And oh wow, he's just very aggressive there. Just smashing into us, so very, very aggressive. Just trying to get on the outside of us was Carlos there. And there you can see my tyres are pretty much dead already. They're not even at the end of the first sector yet. And Carlos is going to be all over us. We need to try and defend from him to get P4. Solid points are on offer here. But just having to be so cautious. But he's come around our outside, and oh wow, we try and squeeze him, but he's already up on our outside. Fair play to him though. We're going to try and hang out on the outside though, but no, just haven't got the grip to do that. Look at that. There we go. That's what clean tyres would do for you, fresh tyres. Our tyres are now destroyed, so unfortunately that's that position gone. I didn't expect him to be able to come out the outside of me there on the exit of that previous corner, so fair play to him. Good overtake. up to down to P5. Now we've got Max Verstappen right behind us. Not sure what tyres he's on, but he's pretty close to us. So if he's also on the medium tyres, we could be in trouble for him. 1.4 seconds, a little bit of gap. We might be okay. So on the medium tyres, we'll be in trouble. If he's on anything else, we'll be okay. I think he's not all over us. So I think he might be on either the ultras or the softs, which will be just as worn as mine now. And actually, once the tyres are completely worn, there's no real benefit between the tyres. I imagine ultra soft is a little bit quicker just because it's a softer tyre, but actually there's not a huge amount of difference, I don't think. It's all about just trying to skate around, try and drift it to the end. So that's looking like then, providing we can get it to the end here. And I think we're okay. We're having to take it very slowly, but we are making it work for us. Kimi Räikkönen's a race win, and that is going to enable us to cross the line in P5, which actually is a good result. Very mixed up grid with Carlos Sainz ahead of us. Max Verstappen just behind us. And you see there briefly at the end, I did manage to get a purple lap fastest of anyone, because of course everyone else was pitting every lap, I think. We'll have confirmation of that in just a second. And here we go then. So, well, there we go. We were one of only a handful to do a 3-stop, but there was others that did a 3-stop. We beat 2 people that were on a 3-stop, and everyone else ahead of us was on a 3-stop as well. And look at that podium then. That's pretty mixed up, isn't it? Kimi Räikkönen in the Ferrari in first. Then it's Fernando Alonso in the McLaren, and then Kevin Magnussen in the Haas third. Then we've got Renault, Sauber, Red Bull, Mercedes, Williams, Force India. So I think pretty much what's happened there is because everyone had to stack in the pits, it's pretty much enabled one driver from each team to be ahead of the other one, and that's why we cause us to have such mixed up results. But there's the confirmation of the fastest lap as well, at a 46.2, 3 seconds up on Max Verstappen, our next nearest, and the race winner, his best time was a 52, so 6 seconds quicker, fastest lap. Wow, what a crazy race that was. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed that. I found it quite fun actually recording this, just a bit of fun, just to play around with some variables in the game, and just to have a bit of fun. So hopefully you guys enjoyed it. If you did, don't forget to leave a like, subscribe if you're new, and I thank you for watching. Bye bye.